It was 2005. One of the greatest natural disasters in United States history was approaching. A massive storm forming over the ocean would not only devastate nature, but also upend the lives of millions of people. Hurricane Katrina formed on August 23, 2005, off the coast of the Bahamas. It began as a tropical storm, but very quickly, fueled by the warm waters of the ocean, it turned into a deadly hurricane. Reaching Category 5, Katrina had winds that reached speeds of up to 280 kilometers per hour. This was faster than the takeoff speed of a typical passenger jet. On August 29th, the storm hit the coast of Louisiana, especially devastating the city of New Orleans. But the greatest destruction wasn't caused by the hurricane itself, but by the floodwaters that followed. 80% of New Orleans was submerged. The levees protecting the city had failed. The city had turned into a vast lake. Hundreds of thousands of people were left homeless. Thousands waited on rooftops for days, hoping for rescue. Communication systems collapsed, help was delayed, and security disappeared. In some areas, order was completely lost. Hurricane Katrina claimed nearly 1,800 lives. It caused over $125 billion in damages, making it the most expensive disaster in U.S. history. But this wasn't just a natural disaster. Infrastructure failures, inadequate crisis management, and social inequalities turned Katrina into something more than just a tragedy. It became a moment of shame. Katrina reminded us once again of the raw power of nature, but it also showed us how unprepared societies can be. Hurricane Katrina, more than just a hurricane, a turning point. Tri-State Tornado, 1925. Narration script. It was March 18, 1925. A quiet afternoon in the American Midwest would soon turn into one of the deadliest and most destructive tornadoes in history. The Tri-State Tornado formed in Missouri, touching down in the early afternoon. Moving across 3 states, Missouri, Illinois, and Indiana, it traveled for an astonishing 219 miles, setting a record for the longest single tornado path in U.S. history. With winds reaching speeds of over 300 miles per hour, this F5 tornado was an absolute monster. It left a trail of destruction that no one could have ever imagined. The tornado struck with little warning, obliterating entire towns within minutes. In the town of Murfreesboro, Illinois, almost every building was leveled, and nearly a third of the population was wiped out. In total, the Tri-State Tornado claimed the lives of 695 people, making it the deadliest tornado in U.S. history. Over 2,000 people were injured, and countless homes were destroyed. But it wasn't just the death toll that was staggering. The destruction was catastrophic. The tornado moved through rural areas, leaving nothing but debris and devastation behind. Entire communities were erased from the map. The Tri-State Tornado was not just a force of nature. It was a reminder of how unprepared we were for such a powerful storm. The warning systems and technology of the time were virtually non-existent, and people were left vulnerable to the storm's fury. The memory of the Tri-State Tornado still lingers, not only as a tragic event, but as a testament to the terrifying power of nature. The Tri-State Tornado, a single storm, a lifetime of destruction. Daulatpur Saturya Tornado, 1989. Narration script. It was the afternoon of April 26, 1989. In the rural villages of Bangladesh, no one could predict the devastation that was about to unfold. The Daulatpur Saturya Tornado, one of the deadliest tornadoes in recorded history, struck with terrifying speed and force. Moving through the southwestern part of Bangladesh, it cut a path of destruction over 16 miles long. With winds reaching up to 250 miles per hour, this F4 tornado unleashed chaos on everything in its path, leaving entire villages flattened and in ruins. Unlike most tornadoes, the Daulatpur Saturya tornado hit during the daytime, catching many by surprise. The storm devastated not only homes but also entire communities, wiping out everything in its wake. In just a matter of minutes, 1,300 lives were lost. Over 12,000 people were injured, and approximately 80,000 people were left homeless. The destruction was complete as thousands of homes, schools, and businesses were torn apart. The Daulatpur-Saturia tornado's impact was felt deeply throughout the region. It became the deadliest tornado in history, surpassing even some of the most catastrophic storms in the United States. Despite its horrific strength, the tornado also highlighted the vulnerability of rural communities in Bangladesh, which lacked the warning systems and infrastructure to withstand such a powerful storm. The aftermath of the Daulatpur-Saturia tornado was a devastating reminder of the unpredictable and overwhelming force of nature. It remains one of the most tragic natural disasters in the history of Bangladesh. The Daulatpur-Saturia tornado, a storm of unimaginable power, a legacy of loss.